Hello, my name is Vanessa Peavy, and this presentation is called Helping Teens Make Better Choices, a parent's guide to academic and social decision making. As a parent and educator, I wanted to focus on a challenge that many families experience, which is helping teenagers make responsible decisions at school and in their social lives. This topic is personal because adolescence can be a difficult stage for both teens and parents. Teens are learning how to manage school, responsibilities, peer pressure, emotions, friendships, and independence, while at the same time, parents are learning how to support them without constantly lecturing, rescuing, or taking over. The main purpose of this project is to guide first, lecture less. When we guide teens with calm support, clear expectations, and real opportunities to practice responsibility, we help them grow stronger in building strong decision making skills. Why guided independence matters. Guided independence matters because teenagers are not children, but they are not fully adults either. They are in a stage where they need room to think, make better choices, and learn from consequences, but they still need the structure and support from the adults that are around them. Sometimes, as parents, we respond to teen mistakes by immediately telling them what to do. We may say things like, "You need to fix this now," or "I told you this would happen." While response may come from love or concern, it can sometimes shut the conversation down. Guided independence shifts the approach. Instead of only giving directions, we think through the decisions with them. We still set firm expectations, but we also use empathy and calm reasoning. This helps teens develop responsibility, self regulation, and confidence while keeping the parent teen relationship connected. Philosophy and practice. The approach I use is built on three main ideas. The first idea is guided independence. This means teens practice responsibility with steady support. We are not doing everything for them, but we are also not leaving them to figure things out all by themselves at once. The second idea is setting clear expectations with calm reasoning. Teens need boundaries. They need to know what is expected at school, at home, and in personal relationships. However, the way we communicate those expectations do matter. Calm reasoning helps them feel safe enough to listen and to reflect. And the final idea is moving from rules to reasoning together. This means we invite teens into the thinking process. Instead of saying, "Do this because I said so," we ask, "What do you think will happen if you choose this?" That kind of conversation builds problem solving skills. Seeing things through the developmental lens. This project is connected to several developmental theories from psychology. These theories help me understand that teen behavior is not always about laziness, attitude, or defiance. Sometimes it reflects where they are developmentally. Piaget's theory helps us understand that adolescents are developing stronger reasoning skills. They can think about future consequences, but they do not always use that skill consistently, especially when they are stressed, overwhelmed, or influenced by their peers. Erickson's theory focuses on identity. Teenagers are trying to figure out who they are, where they belong, and how they want others to see them. That can affect their school choices and social choices. Vygotsky and Bandura also connect strongly to this project. Vygotsky reminds us that teens learn through guided support, while Bandura reminds us that they learn by observing the adults around them. If we want teens to respond calmly and think ahead, we have to model that same behavior. The weekly academic reset. The first practical tool is the weekly academic reset. This is a simple check in that helps make schoolwork visible and manageable. Instead of waiting until missing assignments pile up and emotions get high and stressful, the parent and teen sit down once a week to look at what needs attention. During this reset, the teen can sort school responsibility into three categories: missing work, upcoming work, and teacher questions. This helps reduce overwhelmingness because the teen is not just hearing you need to do better. Instead, they are learning how to identify the problem and choose the next step. The weekly reset also builds consistency. It gives parents a routine that is calmer than constant daily reminders, and it gives teens a repeated opportunity to practice responsibility. Over time, the goal is for the teen to take more ownership of the academic reset. Pause, plan, predict. The second practical tool is called pause, plan, predict. This is a three-step routine that helps teens slow down before making a decision. It can be used for academic decisions like avoiding an assignment and social decisions like responding to a text message while upset. The first step is pause. This means taking a breath and creating space before reacting. A pause can prevent a quick decision from becoming a bigger problem. The second step is plan. This means thinking through the available choices. For example, a teen might ask, can I finish one assignment tonight, or should I wait before responding to this text? The third step is predict. This is where the teen thinks ahead. What might happen if I choose this? What might happen if I wait? This routine helps teens connect choices with outcomes. Adult response framework. The third tool is for the adult, which is you. I call it the adult response framework because parent reactions can either open the door to growth or close the conversation quickly. The first step is to pause. Before responding to a teen's mistake, take a breath. This matters because parents often respond from fear. We may worry about grades and friendships and safety or even their future. Pausing helps us respond from wisdom instead of panic. The second step is listen. Listening does not mean agreeing with every choice. It means hearing the teen's perspective before correcting it. Teens are more likely to reflect when they feel heard. And the third step is ask and guide. Ask one helpful question, then support the next responsible step. One good question can be more powerful than a long lecture. Values can support growth. Growth are small wins over perfection and calm accountability. Small wins matter because teen growth is usually not instant. A teen may not go from disorganized to fully responsible in the matter of 1 week, but if they complete one missing assignment, ask one teacher a question, pause before sending an emotional message, or admit they need help, that is progress. Calm accountability means we still hold expectations, but we do it without shame. Accountability does not have to sound harsh to be effective. A calm tone, clear boundaries, and a next step can teach more than yelling or repeating the same reminder over and over again. Remember, the goal is not perfection, the goal is movement in the right direction. Privacy and growth mindset support growth. Teenagers are developing their own sense of identity and personal space. Therefore, respecting privacy does not mean ignoring their problems. It means avoiding unnecessary embarrassment, public correction, or sharing details that break trust. Growth mindset applies to both the teen and the parent. Teens are learning how to manage responsibly, and parents are learning how to support without controlling every outcome. Both sides are growing. When a teen makes a mistake, a growth mindset says, what can we learn from this? Instead of, this proves you cannot handle it. That shifts the help, that shifts help, that shift helps teens recover from mistakes and try again. It also helps parents stay patient during the process. Rules to reasoning. One of the biggest shifts in this project is moving from rules to reasoning together. Rules are still important. Teens need structure, expectations, and boundaries. If everything is only a rule, teens may obey in the moment without learning how to think through decisions on their own. Reasoning together sounds different. So instead of saying, do this because I said so, a parent might say something like, let's think things through. What will happen if this assignment waits until Friday? Or what would happen if you respond to this message right now while you're so emotional? This approach helps build trust and independence. The parent is still leading, but the teen is practicing decision making. Over time, the teen begins to internalize the reasoning process. Handling school stress, real life scenario. Imagine a teen sitting at a table with a laptop open, feeling overwhelmed by the assignments that they see. The parent notices the stress and immediately wants to jump in with questions. Why didn't you do this earlier? How many assignments are missing? What happened? Those questions may be understandable, but too many at once can make a teen stressed out and shut down. A calmer response might be, I can see this feels like a lot. Let's start with one thing. This is where empathy and structure work together. The parent is not excusing missed work. The parent is helping the team move from feeling overwhelmed to taking action, which is very necessary. A quiet presence, a gentle tone, and one manageable next step can make school stress feel less impossible. Reflecting and planning, another real life scenario. This slide shows that what a weekly reset can look like in action. A parent and teen sit down together and review what is coming up. The goal is not for the parent to take over the planning or the computer. The goal is for the teen to participate in making the work visible. A helpful routine might include three questions. First, what is missing? Second, what is coming up? And third, what question do you need to ask the teacher? This process teaches planning and reflecting. It also reduces emotional pressure because the conversation happens before everything becomes urgent. When the teen is part of the plan, they are more likely to take ownership of the next step. Another real life scenario would be calm conversations. Calm conversations are especially important when the issue is social decision making. Teenagers may react quickly to peer conflict, group messages, rumors, or even feeling left out. It is in those moments parents may want to immediately tell them what to do. But a calm conversation helps the teen slow down and think. For example, a parent might say, before you respond, what outcome are you hoping for? Or, if you send this message right now while you are upset and emotional, will it make the situation better or will it make it worse? This does not mean the teen will always make the perfect choice, but it helps them practice emotional regulation, which is much needed. It is also important to show them that the parent is a safe person to talk to, not just someone who punishes every mistake. The sense of identity and belonging. Erickson's theory reminds us that adolescence is deeply connected to identity and belonging. Teens are asking themselves questions like, who am I? Where do I fit in? And what do people think of me? Because belonging is so important during adolescence, peer pressure can feel very powerful. A teen may make a poor decision socially because they want acceptance, approval, or even connection with their peers. Understanding this does not excuse every behavior, but it helps parents respond more thoughtfully. Guided independence gives teens a safe space to explore who they are while staying connected to family values. When teens feel secure at home, they are often better equipped to make thoughtful choices outside of their home. So, as a parent, what are your next steps? First, practice the adult response framework. Pause, listen, ask one guiding question, and support the next possible step. This keeps the conversation calmer and more productive. Second, emphasize small wins and calm accountability. Celebrate their progress, but still follow through with the expectations. A teen can feel supported and still be held responsible. Third, be patient. Growth is a process for both the teen and the parent. There will be setbacks. There will be moments where the teen still avoids, reacts, or makes an impulsive choice. But each calm conversation is another chance to build the skill again. Stay connected, stay curious, and keep growing together. Growing together. As I close, I want to leave parents and caregivers with this reminder. Helping teens make better choices is not about controlling every decision. It is about preparing them to think, reflect, and act responsibly when we are not standing beside them because we will not always be with them. Therefore, adolescents need guidance, not just correction. They need expectations, but they also need relationship. They need accountability, but they also need encouragement. When we guide first and lecture less, we create a space for them to build confidence, be responsible, and be independent. The process may be slow, but small steps do matter. Thank you for listening and for your partnering with your teens in your life as they learn, make mistakes, and grow. Let's continue to grow together. Thank you.